Hi friends, Cole here. Thank you so much for joining me. We are today at the Royal Pita Maha outside of Ubud, and this used to be the King's Palace, and you can really get that vibe whenever you're driving down really long driveways. There is some stunning views, and we'll be sure to show you all some clips of this area. Absolutely incredible. So we found this little yoga platform right here, right in front of a waterfall. So we're gonna do some yoga, yeah? I want to do today some deep stretching, flexibility. We'll open up the hips, open up the shoulders, and we will not do any chaturangas. Deal? Let's go ahead and start in a seated pose. Close your eyes. Feel yourself rooted to the floor, to the ground. Notice where you're touching the earth, the floor, your mat. And bring some awareness to the sounds that you hear. My voice, maybe you can hear the waterfall in the background. Sounds going on in your home. Welcome everything. It's just a practice in noticing. And then bring the awareness to the breath. A slow and intentional deep inhale. Slow and intentional deep exhale. So the only thing we'll be doing today is moving and breathing and exploring the relationship between the two. So find the breath you'd like to take with you through this class. I'll cue you to come back to the breath. It is easily slips away from us. But the breath really encourages and really helps us to go deeper into these opening poses. Tells the nervous system that we feel safe. We're able to go a little bit deeper. Bring the hands to heart center. We'll take one inhale together. Exhale together. Inhale, arms up, gaze up. And exhale, left hand to right knee. Let's take a twist, gazing over the right shoulder. Inhale, lift, finding more space between the ribs and the hip bones. And exhale, twist. Inhale, coming back to center, arms up, gaze up. And exhale, twisting to the left. Inhale, grow tall out of the pelvis, space between the ribs and the hips. And exhale, twist. Inhale, we come to center, arms up. And let's leave the right arm up. Let's take the left arm around and behind the back. The right arm comes down. I'm going to show you what this looks like here. So I can show you what this looks like. There's a bunch of different stops. You can stay right here. Just starting to bring the shoulders down and back, scapulas down and back together. Or you can begin to move the hands closer towards each other. A strap is really good to have here as well. Get in a big opening. Notice if the ribs start to splay out. Encourage the ribs to come and knit together. And we inhale, hiccup. Inhale, open the arms. And exhale, we'll switch sides. So this time the left arm goes behind the head, and the right arm comes low behind the back, low back. Notice the difference on each side. On this side, it's easier for me to grab the fingers. But wherever you are, also notice that you're not collapsing forward just in order to grab. We're more interested in the opening. And again, knitting the ribs together. And we inhale, open the arms up. Beautiful. Let's come on to the belly. So just move forward onto the belly. And come all the way down. So reach the hands about a foot out from the shoulders on each side. Bring the elbows up. As you inhale, breathe into the back of the heart. So the back of the heart lifts first. And then open the chest, straighten the arms, inhale. Exhale, slide down slowly, twice more like that. Begin to press the ground away. Breathe into the back of the heart, inhale. And exhale, coming down. Once more, press the ground away. Breathing in the back of the heart, inhale. And exhale, coming all the way down. Extend the left arm long out to the side. Bend the right leg. And we're going to push the ground away, touching the foot down behind. You can let the head rest right here, really opening up in the front side of the left shoulder. This can be quite a deep pose. So really breathing into that sensation. If you find that you're ever in a pose where it's hard to, you find shortness of breath or that you're holding your breath, then back out a little bit. You want to find full freedom of breath. One more big inhale. Exhale, roll belly down. And we'll switch sides. So right arm comes out. Plant the left hand, bend the left knee. Begin to push the ground away. So you roll over onto your right shoulder now. Whew. Tighter over here. Breathing into sensation. Always coming back to the breath. And see what you can let go of. See what muscles, anything that you're holding on. Sometimes I tend to notice that I'm like clenching my jaw. There really doesn't need to be any muscle activation here. So do a scan and see what you can release. And we roll onto the belly. Plant the hands under the shoulders. Push the ground away. Let's come into tabletop position. So hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. Drop the belly, gaze up, pull the chest forward, inhale. Exhale, push the ground away, round the back, belly to spine, spine to sky. Inhale, come forward. So keep moving like this. Couple rounds of breath, and I invite you to find some organic movement. So just begin to maybe bring the hips down and over towards the side, or move however you would like. If you find yourself beginning to work in a pattern, then just do something different. We tend to be habitual, even when we're not trying to. So try to move in ways that are different than the norm. A couple more rounds of breath here. Tuck the toes. Push back, downward facing dog. Begin to pedal the feet out here. Inhale, right leg up. Exhale, knee to chest, push the ground away. Bring the ankle right over the knee, bend the left leg. So we're creating like a shelf for the right leg here. It's kind of like a pigeon pose variation. Pigeon pose, downward dog. Exhale, bring the knee to the chest. Inhale, lengthen the leg. And exhale, bring it all the way through. Drop the back knee. Inhale, torso lifts. Exhale, bring the hand to the hip, right hand to the ground. Rainbow over towards the side. Spiral the heart open. Gaze up. The hips can even go a little bit over to the left. You'll feel deeper stretch on the side body. And exhale, both hands off the left side of the mat. We're going to parallel the back leg to the back edge of the mat. Walk the hands like you're in downward facing dog off the left side. So lots of, kind of a strange pose, but it's quite effective. Pulling back on the right hip. Fingertips as far as you can diagonally to the side. Really getting deep into the right hip muscles. Next, exhale, begin to walk the hands all the way to the back of the mat. Plant the left hand, right arm comes all the way up. Let's take 3 big circles. Getting some fluid in the shoulder joint. And we come back up to the top of the mat. Bring the right shoulder deep and low underneath the right leg. And we'll just open up the hands here. So you can stay here. You can come to the forearms. Different places to go. Just a couple rounds of breath, sinking the heart low. And we'll plant the hands. Step back, downward facing dog. Inhale, come forward to plank. Exhale, drop the knees. Inhale, cow pose, gaze up. And exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, knee to nose. Planting the ankle over the knee, bending the right leg so you have a shelf. Flexing the feet. Really pushing the ground away here. This is a big kind of a downward dog pigeon, downward dog figure 4. Really nice pose here. Next, exhale, bring the knee to the nose. Inhale, lengthen, gaze towards the hands. Exhale, step through, plant the back knee. Inhale, lifts the torso up. Exhale brings you to the side, so the left hand either goes to the mat or to your hip, rainbowing over, reaching towards the right. Towards the left. Spiral the heart open towards the ceiling, towards the sky. Hips can go a little bit to the right as well. I feel that intensifies the stretch. And then next, exhale. We'll bring the hands off to the right side of the mat. The back leg parallels to the back of the mat. More like in a warrior 1, warrior 2 with the front leg. So actively pulling back on the left hip. The tendency is to stick the butt back, so we really want to keep that square. So you can look at the knee and the ankle and see that they're in line. That's what we want. Reaching forward with the hands, reaching forward with the heart. Next, exhale, we'll walk towards the back of the mat. Plant the right hand. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale, you begin to take a slight back bend, rotating the arm up and open. And some synovial fluid in the joints. And we come to the top of the mat. Same thing here. Knee can be up or knee can be down in the back. Either come down to the forearms for a lizard variation, or you can drop the front shoulder and open up. The heart coming down and forward. So send the gaze forward. Where you gaze is where the body goes. So if you can gaze forward, you have the encouragement to send the torso that way. And let's plant the hands. Make your way back, downward facing dog. Inhale, wave forward. Exhale, drop the knees. Inhale, belly drops, gaze up, cow pose. And exhale, tuck the toes, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, bring it forward for pigeon pose. Drop. Gently drop the right knee towards the right hand. Just like we were doing when we were on our bellies, let's inhale, lift the heart. Use the weight of the torso to sink down so we won't come straight down automatically. But pull back on the right hip, pull forward on the left hip. And another thing that's really good to do here is if you could actively push the front shin down, that'll also help to square the hips. A cue that I use a lot is scissor the thighs. It makes sense once you know what I'm talking about. Some people have no clue what I'm talking about, so let me tell you. Scissoring the thighs means I would be pulling back on the front hip, pulling forward on the right hip, kind of the way that scissors work. So, in this position, you could scissor the thighs, scissor the hip sockets, push down into the front shin. That also helps to square. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, pour forward. On the inhale, lifting in the back of the heart, lift up. Exhale, pour forward. Inhale, press the ground away. Breathe into between the shoulder blades. Plant the hands, tuck the back toes, press back, downward dog. Inhale, wave forward. Plank pose. Exhale, drop the knees. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the heart. Cow. Exhale, tuck the toes, hips back. Downward dog. Left side, left leg lifts. Exhale, pigeon pose. So knee towards the left hand. We extend the back leg long. So same thing here. It's not necessarily the same normally, actually, because we're quite different on each side. But think about scissoring the thighs or squaring the hips. Both hip points facing forward. Pressing into the front shin is also really helpful here. Let's bring the fingertips, come up onto the fingertips. Inhale, gaze up. And exhale, pour the heart forward. Begin to breathe in the back of the heart. Let it lift you. Inhale. Gaze up. Exhale. Pour down once more through the back heart. Inhale, lifts you up. Exhale, brings you low. Plant the hands. Tuck the back toes. Step back. Downward facing dog. Inhale, coming forward onto a plank, into a plank. Drop the knees, this time press back, child's pose. Take one round of breath here. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, come forward and let's meet in Sukhasana, easy seated pose. Your easy seated pose may be up on a block, or it may be sitting the hips to the heels, whatever feels good. I'll just take one more shoulder opener here. Bring the right arm across the body. The left hand pulls in. It's getting the outside of the shoulder socket. Inhale, lengthen, give some space. And exhale, come in. This is kind of the opposite of what we did when we were on the belly, that shoulder stretch. Inhale. Give space. And exhale. Inhale, open wide, heart up. And let's bring the left arm across. Same thing here, pulling in on an exhale. Inhale, give space. You know the drill. Exhale, pull in. Once more. Beautiful. Release the arms down. Just take some shoulder rolls here. Noticing any space that you've created. Really just being able to move every day, move in some way, get the fluid moving in the joints. It's so important. Really, really important. Close the eyes down again. Come back to the breath. You can become aware of what brought you here today and give thanks for that reason. And gratitude for showing up. Deep bow of gratitude from me that I'm able to be part of your practice. Let's bring the thumbs to the third eye, seat of our inner wisdom. We'll bow forward to seal our practice, saying Namaste. Again, thank you all so much for joining me, sharing your energy with me. From Ubud, Bali, one of my favorite place that on the planet that I've been to so far on this planet. And please check out my website, www.colechance.org. Retreats, events, different things coming up. And thanks so much for joining us at Om Yoga Tribe. We'll be headed off to India soon, and we got all kinds of plans. So please come with us and let's yoga the world. Namaste.